Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today welcome to my Europa League playoff first leg predictions. Now I do apologise that you're probably thinking what's going on, but yeah, I'm really not feeling well today. I was considering if I was going to do this video or not, but I've taken the decision to do it. So yeah, I just do apologise if I'm not really thinking like that well, because I've had a really bad headache and I'm just really dizzy and everything. But yeah, let's get into the predictions. Okay then, so the first game comes from the Johan Cruyff Arena as Ajax face Union Berlin this evening. It should be a good game. Ajax, Dutch champions, but they have struggled quite recently. I think they've only won a few games. Ajax are thirds at the moment, whilst Union Berlin are doing really, really well. In the Bundesliga, they're currently second at the moment, on the verge of qualifying for the Champions League, and are in a title race with Bayern Munich. So yeah, Union's season's actually been quite decent. But it'll be tough for Union to go to the Johan Cruyff Arena and win. Going to the Johan Cruyff is a tough place to go. Even the big teams struggle there. So prediction, I'm going to go Ajax 2, Union Berlin 2, 2-2. Okay then, and the next game is surely the game of the round, and it is Barcelona versus Manchester United this evening at the Camp Nou. And of course, this is going to be an absolutely cracking game. Two massive clubs. You would really expect this to be you would expect this to be a Champions League final game, but this is in the Europa League. But yeah, of course, Barcelona came third in the Champions League group, so they got put down into the Europa League. Of course, Man United came second in the Europa League group, and obviously they are in this playoff. But I'm sure both games, the game tonight at the Camp Nou and the second leg at Old Trafford, will be insane and will just be incredible. Barcelona, I think they won their last game. I don't know. Man United, they drew, they beat Leeds even 2-0, which was a good result for them. United, beating Leeds was a big result for them, getting a big confidence coming into this game. Barca, I'm sure they'll be feeling confident. They're doing really, really well at the moment in La Liga. But for me, I think this screams goals. Barcelona have got to keep Marcus Rashford quiet, and Manchester United got to keep Lewandowski quiet. I think they've got to watch out for Gavi and Pedri as well in that midfield. So for me, my score prediction for this one is Barcelona 3, Man United 2, 3-2 to Barcelona. Okay, then the next game is RB Salzburg versus Roma at the Red Bull Arena tonight in Austria. I think this should be a decent game. Salzburg, I have no idea how they're doing at the moment. I don't know where they are in the league. Roma, they're doing all right. They are in the Champions League battle with Atalanta, Inter, Lazio, and AC Milan. I don't know how Roma. I think Roma drew their last game. I don't know. I can't remember. But I think it'll be a good game. Obviously Jose Mourinho, he's the first manager to win all three of the European competitions. Of course, Roma did win the Conference League last season, so I'm sure Roma want to go on and win the Europa League. But to be fair, Salzburg are quite decent at home. I remember watching them play Chelsea. I remember watching them play Chelsea once, and I think Salzburg gave them a good game. So I think it'll be tough. But prediction, I'm going to go with a 2-1 away win for Roma. Okay, then the next game is Shakhtar Donetsk versus Rennes. Now, Rennes, they've obviously got some players. And they've bought in some decent players. They've bought Jed Spence on loan from Tottenham. And to be fair, they've actually bought in a few decent players. Shakhtar, fair play to them, coming third, still in Europe, still playing their games in Poland. But I don't know how Shakhtar have been doing. I don't know how Shakhtar have been doing recently. But of course, they have sold Mudryk to Chelsea, which is a big loss for them. But they've still got good players in their team. But you know, Rennes, I think Rennes are actually a decent team. Shakhtar are a good team as well. This is going to be very narrow. I'm going to go with a 1-0 away win for Rennes. Okay, then I'm moving on to the 8 o'clock games. And the first one is Bayer Leverkusen versus Monaco at the Bay Arena. Now, Leverkusen coming third in their Champions League group. Leverkusen had a decent group stage in the Champions League. Monaco did alright in the Europa League. Monaco coming into this game, they beat PSG 3-1 on Saturday, which was a good result for them. Leverkusen, I don't know how they did last game, but you know, I think this could be a decent game. You know, Leverkusen are a decent team. So Monaco, I think this will have goals in it. So I'm gonna go Leverkusen 2, Monaco 2-2. Okay, then the next game is Juventus versus Nantes tonight. Of course, Juve haven't been in the Europa League in a while. It's actually been quite long. I can't even remember last time Juventus were in the Europa League. But, you know, they had a very disappointing Champions League group stage. Life at Juve is not really that good at the moment. You know, obviously it got 15-point deduction. But to be fair, they are starting to get that winning mentality back. But Juve, you know, they just had an awful Champions League group stage. You know, they lost to Maccabi Haifa, they lost to Benfica twice, they lost to PSG twice. It was just really not a good group stage for Juve in the Champions League. But coming into the Europa League is probably a good thing for Juve. There are easier teams, but for Nantes, you know, they will be the underdogs. They want to cause an upset, but for me, Juve, obviously they are at home first leg, so I'm going to go with home advantage. Back Juve to win 3-1. Okay, then the next game, I think this will be a decent game. It is Sevilla versus PSV, and of course the Ramon Sanchez PSV did host last year's Europa League final between Frankfurt and Rangers. But you know, obviously tonight Sevilla have got PSV. Of course, we all know PSV did sell Cody Gakpo to Liverpool, but to be fair, they did get Torgan Hazard on loan from Dortmund, which is a good signing for them. To be fair, PSV, I think they also lost Noni Madueke as well to Chelsea. I think he was at PSV as well before he went off to Chelsea. PSV still have good players in their team, in my opinion. Sevilla, they have struggled this season. Of course, they got Brian Gill on loan from us. But yeah, Sevilla have really struggled this season. I think they are down there trying to survive from the drop. So I'm going to go with a win for PSV. Sevilla 0, PSV 2. 2-0 to PSV. Okay, then the last game is Sporting Lisbon versus FC Midtjylland. Sporting, for me, this should be an easy win for them. Midtjylland, you know, I've heard of them before. I remember when they played Liverpool. I only heard of them a few years ago. I don't really know much about them. Sporting lost to Porto on the weekend. Of course, they've lost Pedro Porro to us. Sporting, they did alright Champions League, but for me, they should win this easily. I'm going to go 3-0 Sporting. Anyway, guys, I do apologise if this is rushed. You know, I'm not really feeling well at all. But yeah, I'll try to get it out ASAP. So yeah.